Mädchen sprach von Liebe, die Mutter gar von ihm.
The first recognized song cycle in the German Lieder tradition was Beethoven's An die ferne Geliebte, written in 1816. Beethoven wrote many songs, but it seems that the song cycle didn't really capture his imagination. He had many other things he was occupied on, so he didn't return to this form. Schubert, however, wrote over 600 songs in his life, in his short life, and amongst those are two song cycles, Die Schöne Müllerin and Winterreise, both based on the poems of Wilhelm Müller, and these are regarded as the pinnacle of Lieder writing. Schubert was obviously a highly accomplished musician, but he was not a virtuoso or a well-known public performer. Most of the over 600 songs that he wrote were for private performance amongst his friends in evenings that became known as Schubertiads. Most of the songs are based on romantic German poets, and many of them were not published during his lifetime. Winterreise, or Winter's Journey, is a cycle of 24 songs that were written in the last years of Schubert's life. They were published as 2 volumes of 12 songs each. The first 12 were published in 1827. The second set was not published until after Schubert's death. They were published in 1828. The songs were initially written for tenor voice, but are often transposed for other voices, primarily downwards for baritone, and this is a practice that was begun by Schubert. Performance time of Winterreise is approximately 1 hour. Müller's set of poems doesn't tell a specific concrete story, but the moods and the pictures that are painted throughout the series give us a story, and it has a very romantic synopsis. Young man falls in love with the master's daughter. He's a tutor at the obviously wealthy house. The father finds out and doesn't approve, and the young man is forced to flee the house at night before the dogs are set on him, in fact. He begins his journey through the snow, and as we proceed through the cycle of songs, they become increasingly allegorical, eventually leading to the implied death of the young man. The fact that the songs lack specifics actually provides interest and intrigue to the whole story. The song cycle has a very interesting context within the early Romantic period. The wealthy families often hired educated young men to teach their daughters. These would often become live-in tutors. It's easy to see how a young man in his 20s could fall in love with the teenage daughter of a wealthy family. The mother is torn because she has sympathy for his daughter's wishes, but the father is determined to uphold the family reputation. It's easy to see how both Müller and Schubert, if not fitting exactly into this mold, could certainly identify with the story. The song cycle is filled with many of the touchstones of Romanticism: longing, love, loneliness, nature, supernatural, and death. Here are some examples of how these romantic ideas appear in the song cycle. In song number 4, Frozen, we have the concept of longing, as the young man looks in vain for her footprints beneath the snow where they once walked together. In number 11, Dream of Spring, he dreams of springtime and love. And in number 12, Loneliness, he wanders like a sad and lonely cloud. In number 5, the linden tree is a reminder of happier days that seem to call back to him, an obvious reference to nature. As the cycle proceeds, it becomes more allegorical and supernatural. In number 19, Deception, a dancing light wants to lead him astray as he is going along his way. And in number 21, the inn, he comes to a graveyard and he sees this as an inn which he wants to enter, but all of the rooms of the inn are taken. The strength of Schubert's lieder writing lies in the way that he uses every available tool and technique, both for the voice and the piano accompaniment, in conveying the depth of emotion and feeling in the songs. He uses beautifully crafted melodies, complex harmonies, variations in rhythm and form. Most of the songs have a strophic form as a basis, but he tends to vary this strophic form quite a lot, often becoming quite complex in rondo style. He varies tempo, he uses lots of dynamics. Virtually all of the songs go through various modulations, and he also uses mode change between major and minor to great effect. We don't have the time to get into a detailed analysis of the techniques that Schubert uses in his songs, but I've chosen a few examples that illustrate the wide range of styles and contrasts that Schubert employs in this cycle. First of all, number 5, the Lindenbaum, is a reminder of happier days.
Am Brunnen vor dem Tore, da steht ein Lindenbaum. Ich träumt in seinem Schatten so manchen süßen Traum. Ich schnitt in seiner so manches liebe Wort, es zog in Freud und Leide zu ihm mich immerfort.
In number 12, Schubert captures loneliness. Meine Straße dahin mit trägem Fuß. In number 13, our hero hears a post horn and his heart skips a beat when he imagines what it would be like to receive a letter from his beloved. In number 18, Schubert paints for us a very detailed and graphic picture of a stormy morning. final song of the cycle that we encounter another human being, or maybe I should say another being, because of course the lyre man represents death.